Hi everybody. I have started to make some changes to the Douglas Avenue area of the layout. So I thought I'd explain what I'm doing and so you can follow along. A lot of you are pretty invested in the layout, what I've done with it, and so I just wanted to explain what I'm doing. And I've got this gap now where I won't be switching in Douglas Avenue for, as far as on a video, for a few weeks, so give me time to get a lot of it done. I think we all understand on most model railroads, you can't model everything exactly in the area where it was at, space and curves and things like that. So in Chillicothe, where I've tried to duplicate a lot of things, the way I laid it out geographically sort of bothered me, again, because Douglas Avenue was never meant to have things on each end of it. So when I first built it, I thought that's all I was going to have. So looking at, the way it is now in the yard, of course, we all know Standard Elevator and that pole dump are actually on the west side of town. They're not adjacent to the yard. In reality, where the Standard Elevator is should be the roundhouse and the turntable. But everyone who has a roundhouse and turntable knows that the best place for those usually is on the inside of a curve, just because they take up so much space. So that's why I put the shops and the roundhouse and the turntable down here, close to Watt Street. In reality, it should be farther away from Watt Street. So you can see Watt Street in the background behind the GP40. So after it crosses Watt Street, on the left, there's the Arbenz building and all those little row of warehouses. And on the right, where wherever is, across from the Arbenz building, is a big grain elevator, which I did not model. But I am going to do that. Wherever is going to move down the layout, so it's farther east than where I'm at. You notice that Union Spring is gone. Union Spring is also going to move down across from wherever, simply because it was just a real pain to switch. When I originally had the layout in the other room where I could stand at the end of the layout, it still wasn't easy, but I could switch it, no problem. But now it's almost impossible to switch, and so I decided to go ahead and move it. So I thought it would be easy just to move it, but I'm going to rebuild the building, which isn't a big deal because it was one of the first buildings I built, and I think I could do a better job of it at this point. At least I think I can. So I'm not planning on moving the ball field or the yard office or that one house. Douglas Avenue is going to stay where it is. However, you notice that the house on the other side of Douglas Avenue is gone. The reason why is because this long track that served the Team Track and General Chemical is now going to have to curve to have Union Spring siding. So I'm going to walk in front of the camera and sort of show you visualize what it's going to be like. So this is going to curve. This is the side of Union Spring you couldn't see before. So now the siding is going to be out here. So you can come in, you can easily spot the gondola. There's a place for a boxcar here. You can see the lettering that I did that you never could see before. But the way the building was built, because the siding was angled before, it's going to be like this. So it wasn't going to work. So I had to try to rebuild it. I may try to save at least this wall here. But again, it's one of the first buildings I built, so I think I could probably do a better job. Because this track is going to have to curve now to come into here, it's probably going to mean I'm going to lose the Team Track. I could say the Team Track is at the end of where the Standard Elevator spur is there, where the tail track is. Might do that eventually, but temporarily I'm going to lose the Team Track. Now wherever is going to go wherever is going to go where ITT Grinnell is, ITT Grinnell is going to go away. Miller Distribution may go away, but I think I may be able to put it down here because I'd like to keep it. It was definitely got service in the 1980s. I'd like to keep it. But ITT Grinnell, I really don't think it got service by the 1980s, and so it's going to go. I like the building. Maybe I can make it like a backdrop flat or something. I don't know. We'll see. But wherever is going to actually expand. Wherever had two sidings. One of them was inside, sort of like ITT Grinnell, and another one was just on an outside wall. So I may actually put another switch in there and have two sidings for wherever. We'll see if I have space to do that. I don't know. I'm not planning on tearing up any of the track on the main line, moving any turnouts, doing anything. I'm trying to make this as painless as possible. Because still eventually I may do something different in this section. But right now I'm just sort of remodeling it and redoing the buildings. But I may eventually replace it, with something else. We'll see. I wanted to keep you guys in the loop, sort of show you what I'm doing. Again, you're not going to see this because right now I'm running my interchange trains. After I run the interchange trains, I'll run to Oak Hill, do all that switching, and that's going to take 5-6 weeks to get all that done. I just won't show this probably while I'm doing that. But then hopefully during that amount of time, now that I'm retired, I can get this stuff done anyhow, as far as Union Spring relocated, General Chemical relocated and improved, and we'll be able to finish switching Chillicothe just like normal, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of it. So again, just wanted to keep you in the loop. Like Rick Smith said, it's my railroad. I can do what I want. It's a good functioning model railroad. The scenery was pretty good, but I think you can always improve it. And sort of Boomer sort of inspired me in a way, or maybe he's to blame, because he's made the comment that some of your early scenery you can go back and see, make it better. And that's what happens when I look at Douglas Avenue compared to Oak Hill. I just think Oak Hill is so much better than Douglas Avenue. I want to go back and redo it. So hope everybody enjoys the rest of the week. We will have operations on Saturday morning. Of course, you're not going to see any of this. You will see the Annandale interchange train running through it. That was before I filmed it, before I tore this up. But after that, you won't see this again for a while. Since I'm moving, General Chemical, by the way, I found out that it did not become General Chemical until 1986. Before that, it was Allied Chemical, so I'm going to change the name of it. A friend found this picture. This is the tank car and a covered hopper being unloaded. I could never find a picture of the building, but this one obviously shows like it's more modern building than the one I've used. It looks like maybe one of those Rick's types modern steel warehouses sitting on top of maybe a concrete foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and rebuild the building at the same time. And again, it's still just going to be generic. I don't know the layout of the windows, the doors, any of that stuff. But go ahead and modernize it a little bit and see if I can come up with some kind of unloading platform like they've got here too, so it doesn't sit right on top of the tracks. The same friend also attached this letter. I think it's about an EPA investigation into the site, and it gave a lot of details about what they made at Allied Chemical. They make aluminum sulfate, and I looked that up, and it's used in water purification and in paper making. Although by this time, maybe it wasn't used as much in paper making, and it said it was been replaced with other stuff. But that gives me some ideas what were in the cars at Allied Chemical or General Chemical. So I really appreciate the information. I love the community that's grown up around this channel. So everybody have a great week and stay safe.